Absolutely. And just like that, we have, speaking of powerful fundamentals, we got Spiro coming up. Now, Spiro is an interesting case. This is someone who has kind of struggled to find their voice, as it were, in the context of this game. So, very recently climbed up to the heights of number 5 in Smash Ultimate, but this is someone who reached number 2 in Philadelphia on the backs of Cloud in Smash 4.
Yeah.
Some of the best sets that I saw in Smash 4, granted I have a little bit of a bias considering that this is around the time when I came into the scene.
Yep.
But Spiro versus Juice became the weekly special. It became the generation of so much hype.
Classics. You
As
could make a
hype as you will
30 for
see in
30
Smash
out
4.
of that rivalry towards the end of Smash 4.
Absolutely, but you're talking about a classic. Well, you're talking about the fine and dandy gameplay of Dandy. Tag on the glasses and all. You have to respect that.
He's had that tag. Yeah, he's had that tag all day. He has not wavered once. And you have to respect dedication like that. Big battlefield for the button check. Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean
He's going to hit all the platform
you
cancels.
You want a representation of why Pittsburgh and Philadelphia don't interact with each other? This is why. There's so much space in between these two. Look at him. Granted, it is Spiro on the west and Dandy on the east. That is the only difference.
But if we were on the other side of the stage, it would, I think, be flipped. I think that's how perspective works.
The only difference is that somewhere in the middle is not Sandstorm. That's literally the only thing that's keeping us.
Well, see, I'm looking at the platform layout here, and I'm just seeing the Appalachian Mountains there.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'm seeing, Blue Mountain. I'm seeing, it's probably Monongahela River running through there.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, those rivers, that's probably Jim Thorpe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Leo.
You like Gorges? Yeah. Hope you like Gorges, folks. Good tubing. Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. Neat little town. Shout out to Jim Thorpe.
The man and the town.
The man and the town. You're absolutely right. You would have thought that New Rockney would have gotten some love, but it's Jim Thorpe it is. Either way, as we go with Spiro against Dandy. Salty Joystick's very own Spiro.
Yes.
He's South Jersey at his heart, but he is Pennsylvania by shirt, at the very least, representing the Dragons of Drexel University as we go to Stadium for game number 1.
And if you have been tuned into this stream for the crew battle previously, you saw Dandy as the first member of Pittsburgh's team. So we've seen this Lucina do work to the likes of 6WX, but he has a whole different task ahead of him in the beast that is Spiro.
Absolutely right. Yeah, you got a whole lot of Palutena to deal with. Enjoy that, Dandy. That is your life for at least the next 10 minutes. Down tilt, catching Lucina at ledge. Yeah, you're not getting back that easy. Spiro shutting the gates.
You got to be so careful with your jumps when you're trying to get back to the ledge. Palutena is just a character that thrives on making your life difficult off stage. And even just getting back to the ledge, getting your fingers on that ledge, she can make it so difficult. And the active frames, like even landings, if it's not in neutral, you are not safe.
Now, looking for the down air to spike, but Spiro does not miss that ledge all that often.
And Dandy expertly reading the teleport on stage.
Oh, and now, might have been looking for that up smash, but might be trying to think or trick Dandy into thinking, yeah, he's not going to go for up smash all that often. Perhaps lull him to sleep.
Yeah.
And that's when you pull out the big old beam of light. We might be seeing that last stock. Who knows?
Going really deep, but as Abs would say, he gave up his turn in order to try for that edge guard. And now he's taking more damage that he can't afford to take on a second stock, and it's not even his second stock anymore. It's his final stock.
Yeah, and that's kind of the danger with Dandy right now, is that you have to remember that Spiro, not exactly unfamiliar with Lucina either. When he did make his reemergence in Smash 4, from Smash 4, excuse me, over to Ultimate, initially picked up the Lucina and even took a lower PR spot on the off of the backs of that blade.
That is correct.
Which I am sure has a name, but
I believe it is the Falchion.
Falchion?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably mess it up if I spell it.
I mean, I'm sure you're right. I don't know. Either way, Palutena.
We're not going to do this bit where I enjoy you saying that I'm right, Stu. Don't tempt me.
I'm just trying to figure out what the thing is so I can be a better commentator and give these people here on twitch.tv/lesscasualgaming a solid stream. But this is not really benefiting either of us. What is benefiting Spiro right now is that advantage of a one-stock lead. Certainly that dash attack up tilt. Interesting choice.
Up tilt. Post-patch up tilt is crazy strong. It's crazy strong. It's got crazy active frames, and the shift in Palutena's hurtbox that is then covered by the hitbox of the move makes it a really, really safe move to use as an anti-air like that.
Honestly, I would not have been my first choice, but then again, I'm not the one sitting in top 48 now, am I? And Spiro.
And
up 1-0.
Palutena just does have options to anti-air in that situation. Short hop up air works. Up smash out of shield could work. But the up tilt has really turned into the go-to after the latest iteration of this character following patch 7.0.
Certainly seems that way. So now we're going to have to see if Dandy, who we did see on stream earlier, I believe beating Fun Police, the Wario, by a score of 2-0. Interesting little exchange at the on the end of the stage at Town and City.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So we'll have to see if he can try to recreate that magic. Although I would wager, Clam Hat.
Yes.
Perhaps Palutena's recovery is a little better.
Palutena's recovery offers her a little more creativity, I would say. But the major thing is you're not going to have to worry about stage spike situations on this stage in particular, just because of the shape of the stage and the fact that there are those angled corners aren't there to threaten it.
I see Dandy pressing a lot of buttons right now. Spiro is going to have that ripe for the picking if he gets the right situation. Looking for the grab.
But he's not just pressing a lot of buttons, he's hitting a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
And you better believe he kept his jump there. Oh, but he didn't even need to. Okay, sour spot dare. Another one.
Well done.
Can he finish off those food here? He does with the back air.
Beautifully done by Dandy, and he was looking for that the entire time. Spiro was not respecting his edge guarding game nearly enough because, frankly, Dandy was not giving him that much of a reason to in that game number one. However, evening it up. Still anyone's game, but Dandy still striking with first blood with the blade of that falchion.
And he's still not afraid to run in. He's staying right underneath during landing interactions, and he's not afraid to just run in at Spiro and take away Palutena's breathing room, which is one possible way that you can beat this character.
Back air. Gets her off stage. Dandy still, the burden of proof really is on him to prove that he can win these neutral interactions. Of course, Palutena does have the... Palutena has the benefit of a humongous grab, to be completely fair. One of the, people think that Palutena...
He's ready for that again, the teleport in on stage.
And again, ready for that get up, catching beautiful edge guarding game from Dandy. Sometimes you don't even have to leave the stage.
You really don't. And we were talking earlier about how Palutena's recovery compares to Wario's, and it's not looking too hot right now. It's looking at Dandy is really putting on a clinic of how to exploit the small weaknesses that exist in this recovery.
Ooh, but the very last frame it looked like.
Active frames are the name of the game.
Active flames more like, and they can't all be home runs. Neutral airs, if you could believe it, Palutena's neutral
ground rule double if ever there was one, Stu.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's bases, man. Bases are bases. Looking for the dash grab, will not find it. Honestly, this is one of the characters that you really don't need to do that whole turnaround grab tech all that much, just because Palutena's grab is so ridiculously large to begin with.
Yeah. But even still, you know that Spiro would have something like that on lock too.
True.
Just to eke out every possible advantage that you can with this character.
Ooh.
Because once you get to this level, the margins are so small, and it's a last hit situation. Dandy on his winner stock, he needs to find this final hit in order to stay alive, and he does with another back air.
And that was beautiful. The first two stocks you saw, Dandy keeping him at the ledge. So maybe Spiro thinks, all right, you know what? I'm going to go above the platform. I have my little non-interactivity platforms on Kalos, And that's where Dandy says, you know what, I gotcha. He springs the trap, pulls out the back air, and that is as consistent a kill option as you will find in the toolkit of Lucina, and that puts Dandy at 1 apiece.
And now, all of a sudden, with Spiro looking like he's in control for so much of this set, now Spiro is potentially on the cusp of being sent to losers, which would really have intense reverberations across the rest of this bracket so early into top 48.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's still 3 more stocks that need to leave the board in order for that to happen, and Dandy has to be the one to take them here.
A point of pride, perhaps, as well. The Pittsburgh versus Philadelphia matchup went in the favor of Philadelphia by quite a few number of stocks.
But look
Dandy
at
perhaps
where
looking
we
for
are.
a measure of redemption in that regard as well.
You were talking about the ending of Dandy versus Fun Police on Smashville. Where are we right now? We're on Smashville. We have to be watching those ledges specifically.
Oh, that's not going to
But
do
he's
it.
got the text.
Beautifully done. Yeah, that tech
Spiro
absolutely
is
saved his
just
life.
a different beast.
Yeah, Spiro's such a technically sound player and just never could find a character with which he completely resonated. Bounced back and forth between Lucina and Wolf, as a matter of fact. But settling in eventually on Palutena, doing pretty well with the Goddess of Light.
And I've seen Dandy go for that fall-off back air trying to set up the stage spike several times now. He needs to start respecting Spiro's ability to tech that and like maybe try and look for some other ideas to finish these stocks off. And that back air, again, is his saving grace.
I mean, it makes you wonder, though. Game number 1 really was determined by the amount of time that Dandy spent in disadvantage. So Dandy fixing that. And, you know, the whole thing, neutral is a conversation. Well, Danny's been getting the last word quite a few times in these past 2 games.
Right. And not only that, but the adaptations that he's been making, too, like the fading back to not get caught in the explosive flames off stage, he's fixing the problems that have caused him to lose stocks earlier in this set, and it's giving him a sizable lead that only continues to grow.
Looking for the down tilt. Dandy waiting all that out. However, there is no waiting out that up tilt. That thing stays out forever and a day. And it will cause a 2-stock draw here. However, slight advantage to Dandy, who again, playing extremely well, but again...
You can't let up because this is what happens. Lead half gone now.
Yeah, Dandy just knew you have to get back to stage as quickly as possible. And
oh,
wow, Dandy with
hits
the
himself out of the
quickness,
really, really scary Trump situation.
Yeah, I mean, Dandy kind of knows if I'm in a situation where I'm
no,
in trouble, I need to be
spacing.
swinging, but beautifully done with the F smash.
And I think that's only the second time I've seen Spiro go for that this set, but the spacing, the timing was perfect this time, and that's such a critical stock to take here.
All of a sudden,
Because look at the damage that's piling on his last stock.
Oh my gosh.
64 and counting.
Draining the life force out of Dandy. However, Dandy fighting back with the up B.
That up B was critical to hit just to give him some breathing room. That's so good for giving him that. And the neutral air, evening this up, 64 is not a huge, it's not a huge percent gap to close.
Not even in the slightest, and certainly not in the hands of Dandy with that Lucina. Few swings of the blade, and all of a sudden you're at 36%. That's not even a combo, I don't think.
But it's going both ways because his percent's also starting to climb too, and now you need to watch out for things like up tilt. You need to start watching out for back air and, you know, back throw at the ledge. The margin for error is getting so small for Dandy.
Every last bit of your fundamentals is about to be tested. That dash attack catching Dandy off guard. Gonna have to try to make it back. Spiro says no, and the back air connects. Spiro 2-1 over Dandy. And top 48 winner's side, Spiro more than familiar with that. He's been here before. Well, guess what? He'll